Hello, everybody. I wanted to come here and discuss the situation with Qtcinderella. I didn't really have a good opportunity to discuss it on the podcast, and I did want to say something publicly about it. So forgive me for putting it on this channel. I'll probably also talk about it on Thursday and Friday, but I just want to kind of discuss it with you guys. So on Monday's episode, we were covering the news that one of these Twitch streamers got caught paying for a deep fake subscription for one of his and featuring some of his colleagues on Twitch. And we were covering that story, and then Qtcinderella put out a video of a very heartfelt, serious video about how deeply this kinds of things have affected her. And during that video, I made the really unfortunate and stupid decision to play this stupid soundbite song of this guy singing chestnuts over an open fire. Obviously, it was very, and I was, well, the problem was then I started laughing while her heartfelt, really serious apology was going on. And clearly, you can imagine that the dichotomy of those two things was not good. It was not good because, one, I actually really respect Cutie. I think she's a really talented and great creator. I think that the pain she's experiencing is 100% valid. And that's the part that kind of sucks for me the most, is that someone who I actually really want to support may have felt worse on an already difficult situation because of my careless and very, very inappropriate and gross and stupid behavior, right? And it's not the first time I've done it. That's what's weird. Like, I don't know why. Like, obviously there's something a little bit off about me, right? Because I always find myself in these situations where I am doing and saying impulsive things that I regret, right? And oftentimes I would even go so far as to say that doesn't really represent how I feel. I mean, obviously I respect and take her very seriously. I just, was really dumb and rude and careless in that moment. But yeah, it's something that happens a lot, as some of you guys probably know who follow me or are aware of me. And yeah, I don't know why. I've tried to be mindful. I think I've made progress in some areas and in some areas not. I've tried to be mindful of these kind of preventing these kinds of things from not happening. And obviously, the fact that I'm doing a live show makes everything like, if it was, I mean, listen, if it was recorded, I would obviously erase it, right? That'd be obvious. And if I could take it back, I would. But I can't do that, obviously, right? So I don't know, man. I don't know what it is. I don't know why I do these things. And it's quite unfortunate. And I understand a lot of people were offended or thought it was tasteless, and I totally get that, And most of all, though, I apologize. After it happened, I immediately went to Twitter and apologized to Cutie. She doesn't have to accept my apology. I don't know if she accepts my apology. But I did apologize to her immediately as the show ended. And I also apologized to Ludwig, even though it didn't, you know what I mean? I felt like apologizing to both of them because I respect them both, you know what I mean? And I feel bad that I look like such a psycho, a mean-spirited psycho is what I looked like. A lot of people are trying to give me a lot of people, my wife included, was saying, is this a Tourette's thing? I have Tourette's syndrome. And I don't think it is, right? Like that feels like a cop out. But I'm trying to understand, why am I like this? And like, it's just kind of nuts how I keep doing these things, and I keep keep doing these horrible things, right? Saying these horrible things. I did not know this, but one of the symptoms of Tourette's. Here, I'll show you this. I was like, fuck, I don't know. I've been thinking about it. And people say maybe it's your Tourette's, and I say, I've always been like, that's a cop out. There's no way. I'm just crazy. I don't even know how to explain it. But then, so I said, okay, with Tourette's, I've always kind of like buried my head in the sand. I know I have it, but since I was a kid, the more I thought about it, the worse it was. So my strategy of dealing with it was always kind of just to like forget that I have it, or try not to think about it, try not to have a daily presence in my life, to try to feel like just normal as possible. And for the most part, I do find that strategy worked. But I look up, and one of the top results for symptoms of behavior is compulsive behavior, impulsivity. You know what I mean? Lack of restraint. And these are some of the top things that are being listed. So I think it's a bit of a cop out. I think I have control over these things. I feel I do. But I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with it. I don't know. Because I'm not really even sure how to describe it. And obviously, that doesn't absolve me of any blame, right? Like, I feel it's a cop out. But maybe, I don't know how to describe. I don't even know how to explain it. But I am very sorry to Qt, and I do feel horrible, and I, support her 100% in trying to get that stuff removed, the deep fake stuff. And I offered that I obviously been through a lot of legal stuff, and I have great litigators who work on just this type of thing. She mentioned that she wanted to sue them in her video, and I told her, and I want her to know that if she needs resources, I would love to donate, even if she's open to that, to fund this kind of thing. I strongly believe that this whole deep fake thing is like super insane. It might be legal because there's no laws on the book. I don't know the legality of it. It hasn't really been tested in court that I'm aware. So I think it's a noble and good cause for her to do that. And it could actually make a difference if she were able to get like some kind of law about doing deep fakes of real people like that. So I just want to apologize to everybody, and especially to Qt, who I respect and actually think very highly of. And I'm very sorry, guys. And will continue to try to do better and be more mindful going forward.